type the question, the answers out somewhere. So at least we have answers from Serit.
I can record as well.
Okay, thanks. All right, Mr. Serit. Are you ready for some questions?
Yes, look like the interview question, huh?
Yes. So, what do you see your salary scale? No, sorry, wrong questions. Okay. So generic generic questions lah. Basically, what we have come up with is some questions that should hopefully clarify your, see your appropriateness as a candidate lah for the further questions that we have. So I would like to know, how long have you been an educator? Like, how long have you been teaching?
11 years.
11 years. Thank you very much. So in that time, how long of those 11 years have you been conducting classes in an online or digital environment? I mean, MCO obviously, but prior to that, I'm pretty sure you have done as well, right?
Since 2016.
So that will be about 5-6 years, give or take.
Correct. My module was the first module at TELUS that converted from face-to-face to online learning. So I've been using online platform since 2016, way before the pandemic.
Nice. Okay, cool. So you are like the best candidate to ask. Online, in your, like, during a semester, per day, okay, let's say per week lah, because I think it's better per week. How many hours do you normally, on average, are online with your students as opposed to face-to-face?
I just use like 1 to 2 hours per week.
Okay.
To have an engagement with my students.
So that would be during semester lah. So 14 weeks, about 14 to 16 hours per semester lah, safe to say.
Yes, correct.
All right, nice. What program do you use? So I'm assuming you, like you mentioned earlier, you are a heavy Zoom user, right?
Yep.
Not Teams.
During the beginning of my module, online module, I use YouTube live session in 2016. Okay, and then we changed it to Zoom after pandemic in 2020.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Any other programs you use apart from that, like Padlet or Times or whatever? I mean, Times obviously lah, but any
of
other?
course lah. Padlet for group discussions, Miro.
Okay.
MIRO.
Okay, yeah. We have training on that later also. Right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So how do you feel about the apps or the programs? Are they easy to use? Do you think the students find it easy to use? Is it...
the uses of apps depends on the purpose of the discussions. If just like the normal discussion, I just use a Padlet. I don't want to get the students' opinion or get their feedback. I just use a Padlet. But if the discussion is more serious and then need more critical thinking, constructive feedback, I will use Miro as the platform for students' discussions.
All right, cool. Okay, so into the nitty-gritty. So are you familiar with the term digital fatigue?
Yes.
Have you noticed that affecting you or your students?
Yes.
Took a while.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, what do you see? Like, what are the symptoms that you're being exhibited by either you or your students in terms of like the digital fatigue?
Like cheating things, right? Plagiarism, right?
Plagiarism, right? Like, how do you feel after, now currently in MCO, like almost like 80% of our classes are online. How do you feel after teaching online for like the whole day as opposed to like going face to face?
Things like this, something that we can't avoid. No, that's the thing that we have to face when you use online platform. Now we can't avoid students from cheating, plagiarism, and so on. So what I do for my class, any assessment, the students must run the Turnitin test for any online submission. Okay, their assessment, their tutorial must be they must attached together with the turning in report.
Mm.
And then
any-
for exam,
Yep.
for exam or quiz, I will create different set of questions.
Right.
Yeah, like for my final exams questions, I have 600 to 700 students per semester. So I will have 200 questions, and student have to answer only 60 questions of 200. So that means student will have different questions, and we limit the time for student to answer to avoid the referring to book and so on to cheating. So like for MCQ, basically one MCQ questions, the time allocated to answer one MCQ question is 90 seconds, like 1.5 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
quite short. It's quite short. So, in regards to MPU modules in particular, any specific challenges compared to like the other classes, like MPU itself? Anything specific or problematic that you might have run into where you during online delivery of module versus face to face?
There's no big issue, but of course, as we have a big number of students, we also have like small issues, a small problem like a student did not turn up. But this is a small number, like out of 100, only 1 or 2 students did not turn up throughout the semester.
Okay, so like 1 or 2% lah, small lah.
Yeah,
Right.
very small number.
Any feedback from the students? Like, are they okay with, or do they prefer? Have they spoken to you? Like, do they prefer online classes versus being on campus?
Since 2016, we have conducted a survey. Every semester we have our own survey to get feedback from students, and we have conducted a few series of focus group discussions to get students' feedback. And then I can say that in 2016 onwards, students like it so much. Because they said they don't have to come to campus.
Convenient, yep.
Convenient. And prior to 2016, MPU modules was scheduled quite not scheduled during the preferred time of study by students. Basically our class is scheduled quite a late afternoon, like 4 to 6, 6 to 8. Because we have a big number of students, so we need to use lecture theatre. So that's the times that where's lecture theatre available. So when we move to online platform, students don't have to stay at campus up to 8 p.m. just to attend the MPU class. So students like it so much, very convenient. And another thing is, it's a flexible. Students have a freedom to do their work. They can do anytime, anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the students like about online learning. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds great. So I guess final question: Do you personally, as the educator, feel that is it important to meet your students physically, or is online learning, digital delivery, is it like the way it should be now, or is it better, or what's your opinion on this one?
For me to give a high impact module to students, you still need to meet your students in person. That's why in 2018, we changed a little bit of our structure. And before 2016, fully face to face. In 2016, fully online. But in 2018, we added 4 face to face meeting with students. Whereas we meet our student on first week, second week, week 10 and week 14. So we can say that after we added face-to-face meeting, students' feedback is better, and students' engagement also better, and student satisfaction also improve.
Okay, so they do appreciate meeting face to face
Yeah, but they said
Okay.
not every week. They said.
Not 100% lah, but they
Not
do
100%.
like
Yeah.
the break in the
Yeah,
online only.
based on
Okay.
student feedback, they also agreed that there must be a face-to-face session, but not every week.
Okay. All right, cool. We have 20 seconds left. Thank you so much, Mr. Serit. And I believe that's all the questions that we've had created. So we'll just wait for us to get yanked back into the main room. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks to everybody also for
Bye-bye.
for the questions. Okay.